Throughout the years, our diocese and the Universal Church has been blessed with many good priests. We will highlight some exceptional priests in our program today, the first of whom is the focus of a recently released book. During his 53-year priestly ministry in the Diocese of Springfield, the late Father Hugh Crean left a lasting impact. In a new book, Along the Way, the life lessons and legacy of Father Crean are discussed by the book's editor, Father Mark Stelzer, along with 5 other contributors who knew him well. Steve Kiltonick attended the book launch this past week at the College of Our Lady of the Elms, where Father Crean taught.
On October 18th, a panel discussion was held at Elms College for the release of a new book, Along the Way, The Life, Lessons, and Legacy of Father Hugh F. Crean. The book celebrates Father Crean's 53-year ministry and includes many of his most memorable homilies and talks, along with 6 essays by those who were influenced by the priest. The 6 panelists were also contributors to the book and included the book's editor, Father Mark Stelzer, the Elms College chaplain and associate professor of humanities. A native of Westfield, Hugh Crean was a graduate of St. Mary's High School, class of '54. He graduated from Holy Cross College, then St. Mary's Seminary in Baltimore. Ordained in 1962, Father Crean found his greatest joy as a parish priest, where he left a lasting impact at 4 parishes, St. Michael's in East Longmeadow, Sacred Heart and Holy Name in Springfield, and Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament in Westfield. He also served in many diocesan leadership positions, including Director of Continuing Education for Priests and Vicar for Clergy. Father Mark Stelzer, who was also the pastor of St. Mary's in Hamden, became familiar with Father Crean during high school when he attended Sacred Heart, where Father Crean and Father George Farland served as co-pastors. Later, as a seminarian and young priest at Sacred Heart, Father Stelzer began a lifelong friendship with Father Crean, who served as his ministry role model.
He just had a special way of making priests with whom he interacted, as well as everyone whom he met, feel like they were the most important person in his life. He just showed, the qualities of priesthood, qualities of humility, qualities of service, qualities of inclusion, particularly his respect for women at that time in the church.
Father Crean loved the camaraderie of gathering with his brother priests.
To have a meal together, to have conversation, to play cards, whatever it might be, maybe go to a movie, play golf together.
Ordained during the 3rd session of Vatican II, Father Crean infused the spirit of the council into his parish life and parish community. Father Crean completed his doctoral studies at the University of Louvain in 1973 and became known for his retreats throughout the U.S. and Canada.
He gave well over 100 priest retreats, retreats to sisters, and many of these retreats explored the major themes of the Second Vatican Council, and one of the constant themes to which he returned is the roots and the realities of what it means to be a priestly people.
It was through his homilies and talks that Father Crean comforted and uplifted parishioners and even strangers. During the 1990s, he spoke with Fathers Stelzer and Farland about his hope to one day compile his discussions in a book.
Between the demands of being the pastor of large parishes and his other diocesan responsibilities, he just never was able to get that book compiled.
Father Crean developed Alzheimer's and left full-time ministry in 2004. In retirement, he lived at Providence Place, where he was chaplain. In 2012, the 50th anniversary of his ordination was celebrated at Blessed Sacrament. Father Crean died in 2015 at the age of 78.
The more I thought about his wishes, that it would be good on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of the Council to be able to fulfill his wish.
The 27 homilies and talks featured in Along the Way are taken from a variety of events. Family was very important to Father Crean, and he enjoyed vacations in Rhode Island with his sister, nieces, and nephews.
There's several homilies that are quote-unquote family homilies, homilies he delivered on the occasion of his mother's funeral, the death of his brother Billy, who he was very close with. There are many talks that he gave on the occasion of anniversaries or ordinations or funerals of his brother priest, and in those homilies we really see the heart of the priesthood and his love for what I call in my chapter priesthood as a sacrament of friendship. And so his priesthood was a sacred sign that pointed toward that gift of friendship. And at the same time in his priesthood, friendship became real. It became incarnate.
Father Crean always reflected on St. John's Gospel of the Last Supper.
That, according to you, became a real model of priesthood for all of us. The service of washing each other's feet, serving one another, especially the less fortunate.
Father Crean was a professor of theology at Elms for 7 years and later served as a trustee and honorary degree recipient. According to Father Stelzer, students and faculty loved him on campus, where he was affable, approachable, and insightful.
His influence on the college and the college community, individuals in the college, has been so important that we wanted to honor his legacy and remember, memorialize his influence on the college.
In 2021, Elms College endorsed a proposal to edit and prepare Father Hugh's manuscripts for publication under the auspices of the St. Augustine Center for Ethics, Religion, and Culture. Father Stelzer spearheaded the collaborative effort. During the book launch, each panelist read an excerpt from their essay, reflecting on Father Crean during a rapidly changing church and world. Sister Jane Morrissey talked about her family's close ties with the Crean family in Westfield and St. Mary's.
I could see him as an altar boy, lighting the candles, especially at benediction, where there were so many candles to light. And I thought, did he become that light in our eyes?
Sister Mary Johnson gave the inaugural talk at the Hugh Crean Distinguished Lecture Series in 2019. She and Father Stelzer were classmates at Sacred Heart School, where they knew Father Crean. She called him a master builder of bridges.
I think his enduring influence for me is that he could be a bridge builder instead of a destroyer. He could create instead of tear down, and he could bring people together instead of tearing them apart.
William Crean, Father Crean's nephew, shared some thoughts of Uncle Hugh.
We know him as an uncle first, then priest. I think what was so special about him is that he combined both in how he approached his ministry. He never forgot his roots.
To this day, Crean carries with him his uncle's homily that was delivered when his father Bill died 29 years ago. All proceeds from the book will benefit the St. Augustine Center for Ethics, Religion, and Culture. For Real to Real, I'm Steve Kiltonick.
Father Crean sure was a very gifted priest, and we have more information on how you can obtain this book on our website, iobserve.org.